that we have a special guest today with me in the studio, and that's Professor Indika Karunatilaka, who is the president of the Sri Lankan Medical Association. Professor, a very good morning to you.
Very good morning to you, Fiona.
So today this discussion will be about basically focused on how the country is going to react to the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, Professor, at first, could you please explain how the general public should react to this COVID-19?
Yes, one thing I would say is this is a very important moment because now the country is in the process of slowly restarting the economic process and maybe the day-to-day activities. And considering how this disease, COVID-19, is spread, it is basically very much related to the human behavior. Where you go, what is your hygiene, who are the people who are meeting, and what are your movement patterns. Therefore, if you are to break or control this epidemic, the community has a huge role and responsibility because essentially, as I mentioned previously, the spread of this disease is dependent on human behaviors. So, lot of responsibility within us as the community.
Yes, Professor. So, as you said, that the public has a responsibility into how to take reactions accordingly. Would you mind telling us what is the scientific reason for us to take these special basic measures, like to take distance, wash your hands always? What is the scientific reason behind all of this?
Yes, I thank you for asking that question because we tell a lot of things. We always tell wash your hands and wear the mask correctly and keep a 1 meter physical distancing. But for all this, there's a very sound scientific basis. And at this moment, it's very important that we follow the evidence-based science. That also I am telling you the reason. Because this novel coronavirus was known only for less than 4 months or 5 months maximally. So very little is known about the exact nature or how it affects the pathophysiology. However, a lot is known about similar kind of viruses or similar kind of pandemics. And lot is known about how this can be controlled. Therefore, that is the very reason that the preventive measures that we are taking should be based on the exact science. Even though very little is known, we know that this virus is called a coronavirus, the group of coronavirus. Why we call this virus is not an animal really. It's a kind of a collection of particles, a very small particle, which is surrounded by two layers of protein molecules. And it is arranged like a crown. That's why we call this group of virus coronavirus. And then the scientists know that this virus is covered with two molecular level layers of fat. And we know that soap can dissolve fat. That is the very basis of the simple public health message that you need to wash your hands and do it at least 20 seconds correctly, so that in that way it will cause this virus to disintegrate. It's a very simple and very powerful measure. Similarly, we know that alcohol-based sanitizers or alcohol-based 60%, 70% or up to 80% alcohol can dissolve this scientifically. That's the very reason that whenever you cannot wash your hands, use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. And research has shown that this virus is affecting the respiratory system. So therefore, the main mode of transmission is through the virus-contaminated droplets. And when you cough or sneeze, those contaminated droplets can spread. And that can land on maybe directly on a person or maybe on a surface where the virus can survive for some hours. So if some person directly coughs on you, or if it lands on a surface and you touch that, and then you touch your mouth or the nose or a mucosal surface, there's a possibility that you will be infecting yourself. And research has shown that when a person sneezes or coughs, that very powerful airstream goes at least for about 1 to 2 meters. That's the very reason that you are telling keep at least 1 meter's distance. So for all these, we have very clear scientific basis. And epidemiological data has shown that the risk is highest in the places where there's a lot of crowd, confined space, and very poor ventilation. And people stay for longer time. So if we are to minimize that, you have to stick to those. And similarly, research has shown that if you wear the mask correctly, that will reduce, if you cough or if you sneeze, that will reduce the force of that flow. And so for all these measures, there are very clear scientific evidences.
So it's actually better to know the scientific reason behind all of these measures, especially the basics ones. So as Professor explained us everything. Professor, what is the special kind of workshop that you and the Guild of Doctors are going to be doing today?
Yes. Now we are from the Sri Lanka Medical Association. That is one of the oldest medical professional bodies in this world, and in this Asia Pacific region, Sri Lanka Medical Association is 135 years old, and we focus on the advocacy, giving the correct knowledge to the doctors as well as the general public, and all the expert professional colleges in medicine are with us. So we thought it is better to share that knowledge with the media, because media plays a key role here, and it's important to empower the media and have a discussion on how to convey this correct scientific knowledge, because correct science is very important at this moment.
Okay, Professor. Also, as you said, by taking all these measures, is there a possibility of the country's risk to reduce in the future, or will it take more months for it to reduce?
Let me put it in this way. Now, we really don't know when this is going to end, honestly speaking. Many people don't know about this, and very little knowledge is available. As it is, we can say, as a country, Sri Lanka has controlled this disease very well up to this point.
Yeah.
Even though the numbers may be coming up, they are limited to some clusters only. Very little leakage into community. So at the moment we can say that we have controlled. But having said that, a definitive treatment or a vaccine is not forthcoming in the near future. It will take time, because it's not easy, because this virus, being an RNA virus, it mutates very quickly. So finding a definitive treatment or vaccine will take time. That's the reality. So even according to the experts like World Health Organization, we might have to live in harmony or coexist for some time to come. So it may not be possible to go back to the normal that we have known in December. It might be a new norm, new world order that we are talking about, with changed behaviors, maybe restricted movement, and more efficient work or work arrangement, and all should be based on controlling this. The key word is you keep this controlled. I'm not saying that we cannot restart the work. We have to, but it has to be according to a new norm, and the basics should be controlling.
Okay, Professor, also, apart from all the basic measures to be taken by the public, are there any other special precautions to be taken, apart from washing your hands, keeping 1 meter distance? Are there any sort of precautions other than those?
Precautions are these, actually, very simple. Precautions are these, but you can apply in different settings. Precautions remain the same. Hand hygiene and maybe even respiratory cough hygiene. For example, when there's a cough, you can cover maybe with a clean tissue or maybe with your elbow, but not with your palm. Again, there's a reason. And the respiratory hygiene or your general hygiene, all these things are there. So those are the basic measures. In addition to that, there are things that you can do. For example, when you go out and when you come back, you have to always remember that when you go out and come back, you are always putting your loved ones at home at a risk. So you have to make sure that the risk is minimized. For example, if you go out and if you come back, you have to remove your footwear before you come into the home. and you have to remove your mask and maybe put that on maybe a bucket of soapy water. I mean, you don't need sophisticated facilities, but have a bucket of soapy water and put on that and later wash it. And keep one place near the door where you keep your bags and the keys, phone, everything there, rather than taking into the home. So take those basic measures. And before you mix with your other family members, have a good wash. Clean yourself and then only, because otherwise you will be putting your family members at risk.
Yes, Professor. And my very last question is, do you have any advice to give to the general public?
Yes, because general public, I mean, as a general public, you are the most important people.
Yeah.
Without the empowerment and the participation of the general public, we will not succeed. If we are to succeed, we have to understand our role and our responsibility as citizens of this country, as the community. The community empowerment is very important. So stick to those basics and be empowered that if someone else is not sticking to those basics, correct them in a polite way. The community empowerment is very important.
Thank you, Professor, for your kind words about this COVID-19 and also about the precautions that has to be taken. Also for discussing about the special workshop that is going to be held today with the guide of the other doctors. Also, and that was Professor Indika Karunatilaka, the president of Sri Lanka Medical Association. Well, I hope everyone would respect Professor's words and take necessary actions towards it as the general public, that so that everyone, as in your loved ones, even the society, gets minimize the risk of being into this pandemic situation. Also, thanks for listening.